Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the final race of the VOR iRacing Bitcoin Super Speedway Series. We are here from IndyCar Speedway. Had a few very short technical issues, but we are here for this race. So, before we dive into things right away, in just a second, let's go over the qualifying results and then take the green flag. So, it is going to be Joshua Tucker, championship leader, on the pole position, 27 thousandths of a second clear of Thomas Geisler on the front row. Then we got Sven van Kanel and Matthias Melhorn, who is a new driver to the Super Speedway Series in the 82 car. Then we got Austin Baker and Craig Forsyth on row 3. Then we got D.L. Lemon and Sebastian Kinder, who are going to be the 8 people that have registered for the session. Now, I do believe there have been some technical issues for D.L. Lemon, so he might not take the green flag after all. But anyway, we've got 7 cars lining up for the final race of the season. It is the championship leader leading us to the green flag at IndyCar Speedway.
Green flag, green flag.
Already got one car way to the inside of the track. That was D.L. Lemon, it seems, starting from the pits. As Thomas Geisler has a look around the outside now of Joshua Tucker. As we already got lap 1 complete, so let's bring up the gaps. There we go. So, final race of the season. We got a championship battle on our hands. Which involves Joshua Tucker, by the way. And I just have to get the standings up. So yesterday's race, or Friday's race, sorry, I should say, wasn't able to broadcast that, unfortunately, but we are here for the final one, which is the most important one. So going into this race with drop weeks involved, we have 4 points separating Joshua Tucker out in the lead from Sven van Kanel, second in the standings. We just saw them go side by side across the line, by the way. Still going side by side. That's the championship battle. We got D.L. Lemon in the 3rd position in somewhat controversial circumstances after 2 incidents. But he sits in 3rd with 87 points. That's 11 behind the leader. Then we got Geisler and Forsyth in the top 5. So 87 lap race here today, 174 miles. And as I said, it is the championship race as Joshua Tucker appears to fall back through the field. And Joshua started on the pole, so he already got the bonus points for scoring that pole position. 5 points. Sven van Kanel just 1 bonus point for qualifying 3rd. So that's already 4 points extra that Joshua Tucker has in the bag at the moment. So you could argue that he has an 8-point championship lead right now as it stands. Of course, Thomas Geisler right now leading as Sven van Kanel goes by there away from the screen. But Geisler not really in that championship fight. He is not completely out of it mathematically, but realistically the championship fight is between Joshua Tucker and Sven van Kanel as Geisler goes to the inside, takes the lead again. Craig Forsyth now having a look as well, and also Matthias Melhorn, new driver to the league, as I said, making his first ever VOR appearance in the Super Speedway Series finale round as he goes to the high side now on the outside of Craig Forsyth as he will move himself up in the 3rd spot. As D.L. Lemon has parked his car already, it seems, so he will be done for today. Austin Baker running in 7th, a few seconds behind the pack. Then there is Sebastian Kinder all the way at the back, running right behind Joshua Tucker right now, as I think Joshua might be saving some fuel. Of course, we saw at Michigan how at the end of the race you could kind of decide between taking tires or not and doing a shorter fuel stop to try and gain track position that way. Which was a really interesting strategy race, by the way, Michigan. Also pack racing, of course, but strategy was definitely involved there too. As we go back to the front, Geisler and Van Kanel still going at it. Thomas from Germany, Sven from Switzerland, and Matthias from, I believe, Germany as well. Then Craig Fosat is the first of 2 North Americans in it. I guess you could argue that Joshua Tucker is also American, but he lives in Lisbon in Portugal, so we'll just consider him to be Portuguese, as Van Canel goes to the lead now at the line. So he will be credited with leading a lap, which gives you 1 bonus point. Joshua Tucker already led one as well, by the way, so he will get that too. And now it's all about scoring the most laps led award for Sven Van Canel and Joshua Tucker. That's all what it's about now. But I gotta say, Matthias Melhorn now up into 3rd, and Craig Forsyth all the way up into 2nd now. Craig started in 6th. So he is the biggest mover at the moment in the race. There he is. And let's go on board here with Craig. Now, I am 99% sure that he is still driving with hand controls, and the reason that is he had knee surgery a few weeks ago, maybe even a month or 2 ago already. I can't really remember, but either way, Craig is one of the few drivers in the iRacing IndyCar community who can actually drive really well with hand controls on the steering wheel. Of course, the road courses don't go so well with that, but the ovals, he's just as good, if not even better, with them. So that's very interesting, and he's doing a really good job at the moment, sitting in 3rd, as Melhorn just went by for 2nd a few moments ago. But whilst we are running under green, of course due to the technical issues I didn't get the chance to do this pre-race, so let's do it right now. We got the Let's Race IR05 series coming up, which will be, I guess, the next installment of a 2nd VOR series, of course this being the first one. So starting August 20th at the Legacy Michigan International Speedway, then going to Phoenix, Nashville, Silverstone Historic, Road America, Sonoma 2008. Then we go to Texas, Indianapolis, hopefully the new oval scan as well. Then we got Watkins Glen, Pocono and Kentucky to round off the season, as the 11 race schedule will wrap up there. Then we also got the regular series, of course, still ongoing. Currently in the summer break, coming back in around 2 weeks from now. It's 13 days away, Daytona International Speedway. The 2nd time we run there, then we go to Fuji 2 weeks later. Then another week off until Indianapolis, the oval. Then we go to Watkins Glen after another week off. Then we have Nashville right after that as well, and then we go to Pocono and Long Beach to round off the season. So that's the schedules for VOR in the next coming weeks and months. As we go back live here, lap 14 of 87. Still on board with Craig Forsyth, he is still in 3rd. Alright, let's track Joshua Tucker. He is down in 6th right now, behind Sebastian Kinder. Now those two are, unofficially in this series at least, teammates for Team Watson Racing. And don't ask me which specific team they're on, because Team Watson Racing has about 1,000 different names for every league. They have multiple different teams under the same Team Watson Racing umbrella, so don't get me started on that. But either way, they're teammates in the Team Watson Racing squad, so don't expect Seb to be too difficult when racing Joshua. Of course, Seb raced last week for the first time. Or the last race, I should say. At iRacing Super Speedway, which I hope to be broadcasting without commentary, though, later on today. Because to be honest, from what I've seen, it was a big snooze fest. Just running single file in line and nothing really happening. But Matthias Melhorn now to the race lead as he gets by Thomas Geisler, and those two I think trying to swap draft right now to try and pull away from the field. As Baker continues to lose time to the pack ahead, and he is still running his 7th, so if a caution comes out, he should be able to rejoin the pack without too much difficulty and actually keep up with the draft then. As Melhorn once again to the inside of Geisler for that race lead. So I want to see what happened to Austin Baker at the start here. Let's have a look. Gets off the line okay. Little clumsy, I guess, from the 82 there in the middle as he goes all the way to the high side, but Baker on the bottom line. Car gets loose a little bit, I think. Saw a big wiggle, and there it goes. Goes for a half spin. Does a great job correcting the car though. It doesn't spin, so excellent job to not cause any damage on his own car. As Geisler now to the outside to get by and retake the race lead. So it's really these two that have been leading the last few laps, and if Sven right behind here is gonna be careful. Ooh, that was close. As that was almost championship over for Sven van Kanaal, and I'm sure he needs a new pair of underwear after that. As Kirk Forsyth now goes by. Melhorn moving up a little bit there on the bottom line. Melhorn has to watch a little bit where he's going. Of course, you need to hold your line when racing on ovals. Can't move all the way up and down the track like that, but luckily for both of them, no contact was made as Sven did a great job avoiding that. And I'm sure Joshua will be sitting in the cockpit thinking like, damn it, why didn't they just collide? But we are still clean and green so far today. As Melhorn to the high side now is going to lose another spot to Sven van Kanaal. So he gets by now, and that might have been a bit of a case of, I'm sorry, I'll just let you by here now. From Matthias to Sven. So the top 4 right now running single file, running the closest together. Then we have a half-second gap to Sebastian Kinder, and then Joshua Tucker right behind as well. As the sun is now completely under the horizon, so very cool track conditions, not position, conditions. Look at this, 19-degree track temperature. I think that will be spicing up the racing quite a bit. And let's grab the dashboard here with Sven van Kanaal going at 370 kilometers per hour into turn 1 on the inside line. Running very close to the white line on the inside. They don't want to be on it because then the car will step out very easily from you. As we got 65 laps to go now. Let's follow Sebastian Kinder for now, as he leads his teammate Joshua Tucker in the 5th position. Now, I think Seb and Joshua are definitely saving fuel. They must be running map 5 and just chilling in the back. Of course, what they try to do is stay out as long as possible, hope for a yellow, because if you do pit, I do believe that you lose a full lap here, like you did at Michigan last week, which was the 4th race of the season. Of course, Friday we ran iRacing Super Speedway, which again I will broadcast without commentary later on today, hopefully, if not tomorrow. But of course, it won't really matter because the championship will be wrapped up today. But either way, going back to the strategy, they might be going as long as possible, hope for a yellow, and then they can actually short fuel the car, or of course everybody pits and they stay out. They take the lead that way because everybody will be trapped a lap down, and when they pit they will wave the cars by, and that way they will be in the race lead, if that makes sense. I hope I explained that well enough. But Thomas Geisler now in the lead again, still in front of Sven van Canel and Craig Forsyth. I don't think those have actually swapped positions in the last few laps, so never mind. But Melhorn right behind, definitely trying something. He moves to the high side to try and get by, as he moves now to the inside to follow the draft. Craig on the outside now, without any draft, so I think Melhorn will be able to pull by here into third spot, so there he goes. Alright, 60 laps to go then. Of course, if you're just joining us, championship battle going on today, the final race of the Super Speedway Series. Of course, all in partnership with Bitcoin Sim Racing. More information can be found in the description, by the way. But 4 points separating Joshua Tucker and Sven van Canel. Then there is a further 7-point gap to DL Lemon, who sits in third. He is already out of this race, so he will not be in the championship fight. And then we got a tie for 80 points between Geisler and Forsyth. So the championship battle, as I said, really between the top two, Tucker and van Canel, as Sven is up in second now. Still trying to get to the race lead, to lead the most laps, but Geisler is not letting him, as he has been at the front for most of the race. Of course, Tucker qualified on the pole, led a lap already, so he in total has 6 bonus points. Sven now to the race lead, as Geisler is the first one to pit at 29 laps in. But just 2 bonus points for Sven right now, so you could say a 8-point lead for Tucker right now in the championship fight. Of course, as they run, it will be Sven walking away with the title, as he is currently in the race lead, but Joshua is just chilling in 5th right now. He is not really going for anything right now, just trying to get to the end of the race, and he will make his moves then. As Geisler goes up the jacks, takes tires and fuel. Baker pitted a lap earlier than Geisler, by the way. He is already off and away. Very careful on the pit exit here. Should be about flat though, so Austin being a little bit too cautious for my liking, but as long as you get to the end, that's what matters. As Geisler. Oh, and just as I say that, Geisler goes for a half spin, takes the cone with him. Now he might be able to get rid of the cone, but he will lose some valuable track position here, as he has to kind of reset to get up to speed again. Of course, he lost all of that speed that he built up by that half spin. But great save by Geisler, as Melhorn is now in the pits as well, so that leaves the top 4 out on track. Of course, with the cool track conditions, you get the car being loose as well, so that's of course something that I didn't think of. And perhaps Thomas Geisler also didn't. Hopefully for him he didn't get a penalty for unsafe pit exit. Now, because he slid through the pit cone, of course iRacing registers it from the cockpit. So if the cockpit actually stays inside the white line, you might be good to go. On the inside of the track at least. Of course it doesn't work the same way on the outside, because if you go 2 wheels over, that's a unsafe pit exit. But if the cockpit stays inside the white lines on the inside of pit exit, then you might be good to go. That's the way it works on most tracks at least. And it seems like he is good to go, so no penalty for Geisler. But of course he is down a lap.
The yellow flag is out.
Oh, as we got the first yellow of the day. First caution. And let's take a quick look and see who it is. Is it for Sven van Canel? It is for Craig Forsyth, as he has... Oh, he's lost it. Probably coming into the pits, and he might have hit the pit wall on the inside there. Let's see. Oh, he got hit from behind by Austin Baker. And yeah, not much you can really do from that moment on. I think this is a little bit of miscommunication, because Craig Forsyth was very slow. He was coming into the pits and Austin Baker had no idea, so he tried to follow Craig's draft. And of course, as Craig hits the brakes at these speeds, there's no way to react anymore. Now, I want to go a little bit further back and see this from Baker's onboard. So yeah, Forsyth slowing down to get into the pits, and Baker trying to cut down to pick up the draft, and yeah, this is a pure example of pure miscommunication, and this is really unfortunate for Craig Forsyth, as he was in a fight for the fourth position, well, the third position, as Lemon was already out for the championship standings, and of course that fight will now be over, as Forsyth is the first real casualty of the day. So Sebastian Kinder and Joshua Tucker now, they got their yellow. They will top off on fuel, take tires, and they will be able to go a few laps longer, as everybody else has already pitted, of course. So those guys gonna try to get to, I would say, lap 70, and then go for a short fuel stop. Of course, there's 50 laps to go, so there's no real way that you can make it to the end. It is going to be a one-stop from here on out for sure for everybody. But we are basically in the same situation as we were last week at Michigan, at the fourth race of the season, where at this point in the race you're kind of already trying to work out, okay, what fuel numbers can I save? How much do I have left in the tank at my stop, and how much do I need to take to get me to the end from that point on? So that's very interesting. Of course, you can take tires, but you can also decide not to and save a second or two of your pit stop, which of course at Other Club Speedway is going to be a pretty big advantage if you can. But one thing that we should mention, by the way, it is Geisler and Baker that are running behind the pace car, so they are not a lap down, they are on the lead lap. But because this all played out the way it did, it is now Seb Kinder and Joshua Tucker out in the first two spots. So they gained a lot of track position by doing that, saving fuel in the first stint. Now, of course, whilst we are running under yellow, let's quickly talk about the new Let's Race IRO 5 schedule. Of course, this is a IRO 5 series that's coming up starting August 20th at the Legacy Michigan International Speedway. So I gotta change the restarts to double file, there we go. I forgot to do that. So, of course, the second race at Phoenix, then we go to Nashville, Silverstone, Road America, Sonoma, Texas, Indianapolis, Watkins Glen, Pocono, and Kentucky. And then we also got the regular series that's currently ongoing. We already had the first three races. In 2 weeks we'll be racing at Daytona, then Fuji, Indianapolis Oval, Watkins Glen International, Nashville Super Speedway, Pocono, and the streets of Long Beach to round off the 7th season of the VOR IndyCar Series. Of course, started already all the way back in the summer of 2020, so running 2 years already, and great how time flies. So coming back to green here, on lap 36, starting lap 37, it is going to be Sebastian Kinder out in the race lead, up 6 spots from qualifying. It is championship leader going into this race, and still championship leader as we run. Joshua Tucker in second, then we got Sven from Connell, championship rival, in third. Then we have Thomas Geisler and Austin Baker, the final 5 cars running. As Seb Kinder picks up the pace.
Green.
And we are back underway here at the Auto Club Speedway. Alright, we're back. Approaching halfway, just 2 laps shy of that. It is Thomas Geisler out in the race lead again. Just like we saw at the entire first stint, we got Matthias Melhorn right there trying to get his lap back. He is currently scored on the lead lap, but he is right there in the mix with the leaders. Of course, that will all switch between those 3 cars as they try to race each other. Of course, the leader is trying to keep Melhorn down a lap. If a yellow comes out, there will be 1 car less to worry about, I guess you could say. But Geisler in the lead from Sven van Canel, the first championship contender. Then we got Joshua Tucker right behind in the 3rd position. He is the championship leader, and as it stands, he will be crowned the champion of the Super Speedway Series. Of course, normally we don't do interviews, but we will be interviewing the champion, if I can work the math out in my head at the end of the race at least. But as far as I know right now, it is going to be Joshua Tucker for sure. Already scored the bonus points for the pole, leading a lap. Currently just running a single position behind Sven van Canel, so with the way the point system works, it's going to be a pretty easy one, I think. And I say that right now, I might jinx myself at the end. But 25 points on offer for the win, 22 for second, 21 for third, and then it goes from 18 from fourth, down by 1 point, sorry, all the way until 21st, and then 21st to last. Get 1 point, that's the entire point system, but of course we only have 8 cars with us today. So that won't really matter much, but it is there anyway. Fastest lap also gets you 3 points, by the way. Biggest mover 2, leading the most laps 4. And at the moment, that's going to be going to Thomas Geisler. But the fastest lap, definitely possible for both Sven van Canel and Joshua Tucker. And once we talk about fastest lap, let's see who has it right now. It is a 31.9, sorry, by Sebastian Kinder. And actually, let me correct myself. That's a 31.92 by Matthias Melhorn. So at the moment, the bonus points for fastest lap not going to any of the championship contenders. But that could all shift, of course, as I'm sure Van Canel and Tucker would love to have those 3 points extra. So Austin Baker, after contact with Craig Forsyth, of course, Craig tried to pit, but then got hit up the rear by Austin. I'm surprised to see the 28 still running as it is and up to speed as well. Very impressive, it has to be said. Of course, he made contact to Craig Forsyth with the left front, and it's still going. And it still seems to be a rocket ship as well, as it drafts all the way up on Sebastian Kinder, just up in front. Also going to get a good run off the corner. But I think everybody right now in fuel save mode to try and minimize the time loss on pit road on the final stop. Of course, everybody still has to pit one more time. It just depends how much fuel you need to take to get to the end. Of course, the less fuel you take, the shorter the stop time, and of course the more ground you will make up on the racetrack. Also, something else to mention, it's going to be interesting to see who takes tires. At Michigan we saw a mixed bag. Some took tires, some didn't. In the end it was the fresh tires that won out though. So this being a little bit worn out surface compared to Michigan, and also lower banking, I think the fresh tires will be the way to go today. But of course we won't know until we see it. So 37 laps to go, it is Geisler still leading. Tucker now getting under some slight pressure from Austin Baker as he gets by teammate Sebastian Kinder. That is Joshua Tucker's teammate I'm talking about. Alright, here we go. Austin Baker on Joshua Tucker. Drafts off behind. Of course, already got past Sebastian Kinder a few laps ago. Top two still fighting for the race lead as Geisler holds that inside line. Not letting go of it anytime soon, it seems. And at the moment, Joshua Tucker is right where he needs to be. Right behind Sven van Kanel. And with the bonus point advantage that he has from qualifying, he should also not have to challenge for the race lead. And as I say that, actually, it is Sven van Kanel going to the race lead now. But I think the most laps led will be out of reach, as we have already passed the halfway point and Geisler has been leading all the way basically. As the field now is single file. So it is Sven out in the lead right now to the bottom line. He takes over that position from Thomas Geisler finally. 2 spots gained for Sven van Kanel. As I say that, Geisler comes back to the inside here. We've got Tucker still in third. I thought Austin was going to put up a challenge to Tucker, but turns out he is not for the moment. Maybe he is happy to sit behind Tucker for just a little bit longer. And he is definitely lifting off there, as you heard. So I think they're trying to get to the final pit stops. As whilst we talk about that, let's see if we can bring it up. Stint length, here we go. So the longest you can go is 34 laps on the fuel. That's what Tucker and Kinder did. Of course, they pitted under the yellow at lap 34. They got that lucky one. So we are about 8 laps away from that fuel number to get to the end of the race. As I say that, actually the window is literally open right now. I meant 8 laps on this stint until we will see the final round of stops. Probably, because people want to try and stay out as long as possible. Like I already explained, if you pit under green, you lose around a lap here. Sometimes if you get the pit exit and entry perfect, you might just hang on to the lead lap, but it's going to be very tough. So just take it from me, you'll lose a lap when pitting under green. But we only got 5 cars still running, so I'm not sure if that really matters too much. Let's keep this stint length open for a little bit longer just to try and pay close attention to it. Alright, we've got 27 laps to go in the final race of the VOR Bitcoin Super Speedway Series. If you want to find out more about Bitcoin, you can visit bitcoincore.org and read a little bit more about it. And also want to thank iRacing for providing us with this beautiful simulator. I have to do it once in a while, of course. I don't want the channel to get banned, so there you go. Looking out the back of Joshua Tucker, Austin Baker right behind. The car drafts up very quickly here. That's Sebastian Kinder behind Baker. Then let's look to the front of Joshua Tucker. That is Sven van Canal, his championship rival, just in front, challenging Thomas Geisler for the lead. But like I already said a few times, Tucker, all he needs to do is follow Sven van Canal. It doesn't matter if he finishes in front of him or 1 or 2 positions behind him. He will be crowned the champion either way, as long as he doesn't fall back more than that. And for Sven, it's a must-win scenario from here on out, basically, and he needs to hope that anything happens to Tucker. As Geisler is going to be the first car to peel off again for the second time today. Green flag pit stops happening, and that was 32 laps into this run for him. And as Baker is going 34 already, as he's been out there for a little while. So 25 laps to go. I think it's too early on the window to not take tires, so everybody here will take tires for sure when they pit. Of course, if you are Tucker or even Kinder, you will stay out as long as possible maybe, and never mind actually, yes, we have a car getting on the brakes. That's Austin Baker, who we're on board with there, as he has to slow it down all the way. But Tucker and Kinder both in, to my surprise completely. I thought they would stay out as long as possible to try and short fuel, but they don't. So here they come, Tucker and Kinder in. As Baker, I'm not sure what's going on with Baker today, but he must not be getting any pit-in calls, because Geisler pitted without an issue, but we had Craig Forsyth pit on the green. He got hit, got taken out by the 28, and then the 28 had to get on the brakes to avoid Tucker and Kinder there. So perhaps also needs to press the mute button again to unmute the chat. But anyway, he is now on pit road as well, but he will lose a lot of time compared to the cars that he is racing. As Sven van Canal is the only car running still on that old tire set. So here we go, Sven also in. And in all of that, Joshua Tucker will take the race lead, because Sven is not even halfway down pit road yet. So it will take a little while as we go through turn 2. Seems to be a good pit cycle there for the Watson drivers. They split Geisler, or they sandwich Geisler I should say. As Sven in the box, car up the jack, says he takes tires and goes away. And across the line it will be Tucker still second, but he will be leading by the time we get to turn 1, and there it goes. So Joshua Tucker gonna be well clear of championship rival Sven van Canal, and this is not what Sven needed to see. Because he is gonna, yeah, he's already way lost the draft. He's lost 3-4 seconds getting up to speed, so he will be completely out of it. Bye bye for Sven van Canal. He will not get the chance to fight for the title as long as this stays green, of course. But by the way this race has been going, I highly doubt we will get a yellow, especially because the top 3 in this race are 3 of the most clean drivers in the community, it has to be said. They always race each other so well and clean. Guys are a little bit on the aggressive side, but sometimes you need to be just like that. Sometimes you don't, but that's up for debate, I guess. As Tucker now slips to second, and it will become third as Kinder goes to the inside. And I think they all know that Tucker's got the championship in the bag pretty much. Remember that the third spot gets you 21 points. So with the 5 bonus points for the pole, that will be 26. Then 27 for leading a lap. Then Sven will be scoring 18 points for the race itself, 19 for leading a lap. And then with the fastest lap of the race, which he could still get, it will be 24 points. 22, sorry. So, championship in the hands of Joshua Tucker as it stands. Will be a 9-point championship lead. And will be 8 points actually, because Sven started third. He got 1 bonus point for qualifying too. So that's the math behind the championship standings right now, as Sebastian Kinder gets by Thomas Geisler for the race lead out of turn 4. Geisler will come back though, and he will retake the lead going into turn 1, but it's Kinder leading at the line. I was about to say Geisler leading at the line, but he wasn't. Kinder not really racing for anything in the Super Speedway Series, he's just racing here to help out his teammates. Quite literally what he said as well after Michigan, or iRacing Super Speedway, sorry. I keep thinking the last race is Michigan because that's the last one I broadcasted, as Kinder cuts to the inside there very aggressively to lead that lap. 16 to go. And Sven is slowly catching up to the guys in front. 2.4 seconds the gap now. And if these guys are not careful, Sven will be in that mix before they know it. And that's not what Tucker needs to see. At the moment, bonus points for biggest mover in the race, by the way, clearly going to Seb Kinder, up 5 spots. Now, even if he would finish 5th, the last car on the lead lap, that would still mean he'd get it. As Tucker now goes to the inside, actually split Geisler and Kinder there, but goes to the race lead. With 14 laps to go, he decided it's go time because Sven van Canel, right behind in the 4th position, he has caught up that gap. I'm not sure if the guys, the top 3 were snoozing or something, but they've just thrown away a 3-4 second lead on Sven van Canel. So it's now a 4-car battle again for the race win. As Geisler now to the inside again. Those two swap drafting at the moment. And Sebastian Kinder right now in the 3rd spot. As I said, he's just racing here to help out his teammates. Tucker win this championship. So what he will try to do is race Sven as hard as he can, while still doing it clean, of course. And try to keep him from getting anywhere near the top 2. It's going to be difficult though with all the speed that you get in the draft of the cars in front. As it's Kinder and Sven going side by side, and also Tucker and Geisler going side by side for the race lead. So it's 2 by 2. Alright, the final 10 laps of the VOR Bitcoin Super Speedway Series. It is Tucker and Geisler still going at it for the race lead. I saw just a cheeky little block being thrown by Kinder there on Sven van Canel. Of course, the final 10 laps of the season, it's the championship that's going down to the wire. I think gentlemen agreements will be thrown out the window from here on out, as it will be a straight dogfight until the end of this one. All these 4 going for a race win, but you also got 2 fighting for the championship, as it is now. Tucker on the inside, Sven behind, on the outside, sorry, to the 3rd position. Guys are in the middle. Kinder just looking in the back to try and get anything done, but he can't as Geisler pushes up. Sven gonna pick up the draft from Geisler. He will move up just in front of Kinder. Now Geisler going to the outside as well on Tucker, as Sven blocks off that run that Kinder just had on him. Like I said, some blocking probably gonna happen. But it's the final laps of the Super Speedway Series, so anything will kind of go. Technically it's against the rules to block, by the way, but oh well. It's just a fun series anyway, right? It's just about bragging rights, that's all this is. As we got Baker and Melhorn still running in the back there. Their days definitely not the way they wanted it to go. Out of turn 4, 6 laps to go now. 12 miles left in this race. The Auto Club 174, the championship race for the VOR Bitcoin Super Speedway Series, of course, for one final time. If you want to find out more about Bitcoin, there is a link in the description to bitcoincore.org where you can read a little bit about it. Going into turn 4 now, it is Sven van Canel to 2nd place. It is 1st and 2nd in the championship, running 1st and 2nd in the final race of this season. As we have 5 laps to go now. Geisler and Kinder trying to find anywhere to go, but it's going to be between these two, and I'm sure the 2 behind as well know it. They will try to not interrupt it too much. Of course, Geisler doesn't have any teammates here. He's racing for himself, but Kinder is racing here to help his teammate Tucker to win the title. Now we also got Sven van Canel racing on his own for that title, as there was also almost contact between Kinder and Geisler. Across the line we go. It will be Tucker leading again with 4 laps to go. Oh, there's a little bit of moving going on between Tucker there. He just moved up a little bit on the exit of turn 2. Luckily Sven saw it coming though, he gave some extra space to Tucker. Not sure if it's the lower banking on the inside line eating up the tires, or if Tucker did that on purpose to try and kill the momentum of the corner for Sven. But either way, we have 3 laps to go now across the line, as it is still 2 by 2. It's going to be so difficult to get ahead though if you are in 3rd or 4th. The 2 cars behind, as Tucker moves up a lot in turn 2. I'm sure that's on the limit of what's legal. Definitely need to watch that for the final 2 laps as we go out of turn 4 again. Sven will pick up the draft to pop out. And at the line it is again Tucker leading, so it seems like that you want to lead on that inside line all the way around, because you can't get around the car in front. Or the car on the inside then, I should say. As Geisler now going to try to split the middle, but he backs out of it. I'm so curious to see if Geisler or Kinder will just fully send it, just get the draft, get the run, just go. And here he goes. They will say, fuck it, and we're gonna go for it. But, oh yeah, there we go, we're gonna go for it. 3 wide into turn 1. As we got Kinder going to the inside as well now. It is Tucker on the inside, Sven in 2nd still. Geisler moves up to 3rd, Kinder drops to 4th. As Sven now to the outside line on the backstretch for the final time in this race. It seems like Tucker has the championship in the back. That's what it's all about. But Geisler to the outside now, 3 wide. Sven is in the middle. Not where you want to be, but out of turn 4. And Sven van Canel is going to spin, so Joshua Tucker will go to victory lane. Geisler finishes second, Kinder third, but the champion of the VOR Bitcoin Super Speedway Series, Joshua Tucker from Lisbon, Portugal, he will take the crown for the Summer Super Speedway Series, its first installment, and he is gonna celebrate this one. I know that he wanted to win this one and he got it, with a little bit of help from his teammate Kinder as well. But of course mainly helped by Sven spinning out. Of course it could have been the complete opposite, that Tucker spun out and lost all those positions and it would have swung the other way. But Tucker wins the championship as he deservedly does some nice donuts on the backstretch on the infield. And he will crack open a few beers tonight, I can tell you that much. So, congratulations to Joshua Tucker on the championship. Whilst he will finish up his post-race celebrations, let's quickly go over the race results. And as I said, it is Joshua Tucker winning it just over 1.5 tenths clear of Thomas Geisler. Then we got Sebastian Kinder who rounds off the podium. It is Sven van Canel who lost it out of turn 4, he finishes 4th. Comes up short on the title, but still a great job overall this short season. Then we got Baker in 5th, the final car on the lead lap, and then we have Melhorn, the final finisher, and then we have the 2 retirements in 4th side who got taken out by Baker on pit entry, and then D.L. Lemon who parked it after the first lap. So that's the end of the Super Speedway Series, as Tucker will get it across the line in a little photo. This is going to be. Of course, Seb ruins the photo there being in it. But the 2 championship rivals going across the line. I'm sure there's great sportsmanship between these 2 guys, because they have been going at it and have fought really hard for this championship. But it is Joshua Tucker that came out on top. Alright, so let's talk to the winner of the race as we drag him in. Hello Josh, congratulations on the race win and the Bitcoin Super Speedway Series title. Tell us about your race and then also the entire season if you can. How was it for you?
It was amazing. You know, thanks for putting it on to begin with. I've never had so much fun in a league before, but yeah, this race was. I did a practice session last night and did some fuel numbers and you know, figured it was going to kind of come to that. You know, we know Auto Club is really brutal on the tires at the bottom, so me and Seb spent, you know, the first stint just saving fuel on the top, trying to figure out what we were going to look for our tire percentages for that final stint. And I thought I was good, but if you look at those last couple laps, man, I could not keep that car to the bottom. It just kept wanting to come around on me, and I really thought I was just going to crash out of the race. I was screaming at Seb, telling him, like, dude, I can't keep this up. I can't keep this up. You know, I just can't sit on the bottom anymore. And, wow. So, yeah, I pulled it off, and I think Atlanta was my other one, and then iRacing Super Speedway. So 3 wins out of 6 races, you know, that'll do it. It's really about consistency and, you know, trying to stay safe.
Wise words from the champ. It's all about consistency. So yeah, I figured in the first stint you guys were saving fuel, because you guys were hanging a full second back behind the rest of the field. So that was great on the strategy, because you guys got lucky on the yellow 2 to gain that track position again. So good job on that.
Oh yeah, we barely made it to our stall. When the yellow came out, I mean, we were going, yay, that's amazing, but at the same time, we're both sitting here sweating bullets, because it's like, man, I don't know if we have enough to get to the end of pit road. I'm like, if pit road doesn't open this first time by, you know, we're going to have to tow, and that would have been the end of the race. So, Yeah, it was close, but thank you again so much for putting this on, man. It was an absolute blast.
No problem. And of course, we also got something else that's coming up. The Let's Race Aero 5 series. I'm going to pull up the correct graphic. There we go. Tell us about Let's Race if you can.
Yeah, so Let's Race. We actually do a Spec Corvette and SCCA, which is Southern California. So we run Laguna. We actually run Auto Club a lot, and we try to take people and host events, special events, and leagues within iRacing and give people an actual shot to win a track day event in the car. And we have some other things that are coming in the future. I think we're going to put somebody in a demolition derby car and a couple of Lemons events, so you'll do some endurance racing with us. So we just really want to get more people, out of the sim rig and in a real cockpit.
I like how you said Lemons events, and then just before that you said demolition derby.
Yes, absolutely, man. You got to have a little fun there too, and you can still be competitive while doing it. So why not?
I hope you got the reference about who I'm talking.
Yeah, I do.
No, I'm just joking. Lemon, if you're watching this, I'm sorry, I just had to do it, man, sorry. But anyways, thanks for taking the time to race in the Super Speedway, Joshua. Congratulations on the title, and we'll see you back at Daytona in 2 weeks for the regular season.
Yep, I'm super stoked. Can't wait for that one.
Perfect. Well, see you then, man. Congrats again. And
Thank you.
have some beers.
Will do.
Alright, so that was Joshua Tucker, race winner and series champion of the Bitcoin Super Speedway Series. You can see the schedule for the Let's Race Aero 5 Series coming up on August 20th, the season opener at Michigan. Then Phoenix, Nashville, Silverstone, Road America, Sonoma, Texas, Indy, Watkins, Pocono and Kentucky, and also the regular season, which I just briefly talked about too, at Daytona, coming up in 2 weeks. Then Fuji, Indy, Watkins, Nashville, Pocono and Long Beach. So that's what's coming up ahead for VOR. If you are interested in all of that, if you want to watch the broadcasts, make sure to subscribe. If you enjoyed this broadcast, make sure to leave a like. If you want to race, join the Discord. There is a link in the description of this broadcast where you can join, sign up and be on the grid with us. And also myself, because I'm going to be handing the mic back to Chris for Daytona. He will be the voice behind the mic again for that 100 lapper coming up in 2 weeks. So I want to thank everybody for tuning in to the broadcast today and over the Super Speedway Series season. I want to thank DL Lemon for sponsoring the Bitcoin Super Speedway Series with Bitcoin Sim Racing. And once again, congratulations to Joshua Tucker and Team Watson Racing on the title for this series. So yeah, for the third time, thanks everybody for watching, and we'll see you all next time. Bye bye.